Hey guys, I'm Audiomage, and today I'm going to show you how we can record a heavy version of a hit single using only the virtual recording system, using a combination of the VRS8 and the ML1 and ML2 microphones. The great thing about these interfaces and mics is the power of choice. I can't tell you how many times I've mic'd up something with like a D6 or an ATM25 where I've been like, oh man, I wish I could change this to an LDC or an SDC or switch the mic out. The great thing is I can do whatever I want with the push of a button. The main power of my drum sound is definitely the room mics, and when I first heard the ML1 it blew my mind, especially when I put it as a close, mid and far and put one down the hallway, threw it through an 1176 or I could stress and just cranked it. It absolutely blew me away, especially when I could switch the mic to something in the box like a FET47 or even something like a C800. Pretty insane. As a drummer, these mics are awesome. Every time I mic myself up and I play back, I'm just like, you know what, it's sick that I can change my kick drum sound. You know, I don't have to commit to a D6 or a D1112. I can flick between it, or I can try something crazy like a mic that you would never use on the kick, just to get a different sample blend, or just create something where it's maybe multi-layer like 2 or 3 kick mics. It's really cool. Especially micing guitars with the old Fredman Trick. I'll explain it quickly. This is when you put a single mic straight on axis, and then you take a second mic at a 45-degree angle, and you put it off axis, and you move it around until it sounds as worse and phasey as possible, and then you phase flip it. The cool thing about this, especially with these ML2s, is that you can change the mics on the fly, so you can get this sound, make it sound horrible, flip it, and then change mics afterwards, and you can get some really cool tone blending options that you can only really see in plugins and stuff, so to have it in person is really cool. One of my favorite tricks to use is to use stuff on the DI before sending it out for reamping. So things like throwing the DI into the stress, or to use the saturation options like, you know, Hollywood, London, Bomber. And the cool thing is you can really shape the DI tone before it hits the distortion of the amp, and you can do some really interesting things with this. I really can't stress to you how good the ML1 is for vocals and how it sounds amazing in pretty much any location. I've got friends who travel with this thing to different houses, different studios, even bathrooms, and they get a great vocal sound wherever they track. This is definitely my go-to mic for Kim because she got such a dynamic voice, and when she cranks the power, it really saturates her voice. It goes from being quite quiet to extremely loud in a matter of seconds. So to have that vocal saturation on the tube of the mic sounds incredible with this model, especially when you crank up the intensity. Honestly, I probably mix most of my projects, at least 90%, with just VMR. It's got so many options and I can just drag and stuff, no auditioning, no messing about. It's replaced so many plugins. You should really try it. It will change the way you mix. The great thing about the negative state of the world at the moment is it's one of the best times to create music when locked down. Whether it be in the studio, in your bedroom, at home, even on the way to work, you can pretty much do it anywhere, and it's a great time to let the creative energy flow. There's a lot of stuff to talk about and there's a lot of important messages to get across. If you're interested in any of the products, make sure to check out the link below for the Black Friday blowout sale. If you guys like what you hear, there's going to be a full link to the cover of Midnight Sky below with Kim Jennett, Ash Curry and Kieran Agnew. I'm not going to sit here and preach, but any support is always welcome. Like, comment, subscribe or share anything creative in times like these. Stay safe, cover up, and remember, just because this year sucked doesn't mean your mixes need to. Do any of you guys own the VRS8 or any of the mic systems or even any of the plugins? I'd love to hear your creations or chat about it in the comments below. Make sure you have a good year. Peace.